as of this very moment that we are recording this video, it is, wait for it.
Waiting. Waiting. Still waiting.
Beeping. It is officially November 2nd. Meaning the month of October just recently ended.
Yep.
And as we do usually at the end of every month or beginning of the following month, we fondly look back at the month prior and talk about our 5 favorite things that happened in the world of wrestling that month.
Yeah.
I had the honor of the last top 5 list, so I have to pass over the opportunity to Travis Colt. Remember, the rules are as follows. He can't pick the people I picked last time.
That being The Miz and the Entourage, Killshot versus Dante Fox, Cesaro, Ricochet, or Elias Sampson.
Yeah. And it's gotta be wrestling related. Other than that, it's up to his discretion who he picks and why.
Yeah. So we do ask that you post your top 5s for the month of October down in the comments, but don't dispute mine because you can't, because it's mine and it's in video form, so you can't change it.
And if you do dispute it, fuck off.
Yeah.
Your life doesn't start with a Randy Newman song.
You can fuck right off. Let's get into the top 5.
Yeah, do it.
Number
5.
Number 5, going with Prince Puma.
Whoa, never heard of that guy.
Not only did he have a fantastic title win against Johnny Mundo in the main event of Ultima Lucha Trace, but just after that he had a fantastic loss of the championship in a match against Pentagon Dark.
Yeah, what a fantastic loss.
I mean, he lost fantastically.
Okay, fair.
He lost valiantly.
Yeah.
He fought valiantly, but still lost the title. But yeah, no, it was...
What a big up and down moment.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Puma's been wanting that championship back for a long time. Finally got it from Johnny. But then Pentagon has never actually been the champion, so he comes in and finally wins it for the first time. And it's like, that was the only way that Pentagon could get it, was to, like, kind of screw over Prince Puma right at the end. But even despite having that long match against Johnny, Prince Puma did not let down in his match against Pentagon Dark. He kept going. He was doing everything he possibly could to keep that championship, and it was well fought. Still a fantastic double match.
Yeah.
So Prince Puma definitely deserves a spot on the top 5. And speaking
Maybe
of...
one day he'll be a king.
Possibly. Speaking of championship matches, number 4 was the very first title defense for Drew McIntyre. The first week of October, he defended against Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
Roddy is one of those guys who's been kind of going after the championship since he showed up in NXT. Drew is a guy who most people never thought would ever get to a championship spot in WWE.
Yeah.
And so
Drew's a guy who a lot of people never thought would go back to WWE, period.
Yeah, especially with how big of a name he made for himself on the indies.
It's really weird.
Really set.
Really weird thinking about it now. How after 3MB dissolved, Heath Slater was the only one left in WWE. But now his 2 counterparts from 3MB are back, and they're both the champions of their respective brands. And Heath Slater, his claim to fame in the last month was dressed as Santa Claus, beating the club on Raw.
I mean, him and Rhino were the first SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Still, it's not being the champion of a brand.
Yeah. Don't worry, Heath's time's coming.
Yeah. Next time they're in Portland,
hopefully. Yeah, Drew McIntyre and Roderick Strong. Actually, I just rewatched this match yesterday, and I mean, Roddy had some fantastic matches against Bobby Roode as well, but was playing that babyface role. And just to watch him and Drew be competitive babyfaces going against each other, fantastic chemistry. Roddy being able to pick up, throw around, and do as many backbreakers as he could to Drew McIntyre. And that is a lot of credit to Drew McIntyre to let someone the size of Roderick Strong get so much offense and look like a viable contender against someone who's twice his size. Like, Drew looks like he should just be able to demolish someone the size of Roderick Strong. But to make it, to give us such an entertaining match, give us a few moments where it actually seemed like Roddy was going to win, that's what you want in matches. You want to keep that drama, and they did a fantastic job. And having that be Drew McIntyre's first title defense was only, a taste of things to come as far as Drew McIntyre's title run is concerned.
Yeah. Interesting, too, that Drew is one of the few NXT champions that never had to give the obligated rematch to Bobby Roode.
Yeah, Roode just he's wanted to finish stuff with Roddy, and then he
Roode popped up to the main roster like right afterwards, so
yeah.
He only had one match left on the NXT.
Yeah.
How about number 3?
Number 3 is another match, a match that everyone has literally been waiting to see for years, and it actually came about
by accident.
An act of God, if you might say. We were supposed to get potentially a career-killing match for 2 people, and by some miracle,
definitely for 1.
Yes, but by some miracle, we had a fantastic match at TLC. I'm talking Finn Balor versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. Going from something like Sister Abigail versus the Demon King to the 2 former leaders of the Bullet Club for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Literally for the first time ever. They never faced each other on the Indies. They just missed each other in Japan. This had unintentional build, and within 48 hours was already happening, and it didn't let down.
No, not at all.
It again, this is another match that I just watched again yesterday, and to see the instant chemistry between these guys just goes to prove how good both of these guys are.
When you're good, you are good. And both these guys are just that.
It's fantastic to see that 2 guys that they literally couldn't have even talked about their match because AJ flew overnight from South America to get to the show.
Yeah.
So if anything, they had a couple of hours to talk about their match. And for it to be as good as it was, I mean, I can only imagine when this becomes a title match or a WrestleMania match or anything of that sort, because this match was amazing. Very well could be a match of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And it has made my top 5. So it's already pretty awesome.
And it's a thing that's potentially could be teased at again come Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Because we know AJ is in the final match to determine a member for SmackDown's team. And there's only 2 members announced for Team Raw. And Balor could very well end up taking a spot on that team.
Absolutely. So yeah, I could almost imagine WWE realizing what they had at TLC and trying to at least
like a dead horse.
Well, yeah, that's recreate a little bit of that magic within the elimination match.
44 more times.
Number 2.
Finn Balor stays on Raw, but the Demon gets drafted to SmackDown.
Yeah, they won't do that because they wouldn't do it with Cody. You missed out, WWE. Number 2, still speaking about TLC, again, the sickness that went through the WWE locker room made a lot of interesting changes. This one possibly being the most interesting, as Roman Reigns was replaced by Kurt Angle, who joined the Shield in the handicap TLC match. Kurt Angle making number 2 because
he hasn't wrestled in WWE for 11 years?
And he hasn't wrestled in general for a little over a year?
It was less than that.
Is it less than that?
It was about 2 or 3 weeks before the Hall of Fame.
Okay. So, we're call it 7 months.
About a pregnancy term.
Yeah.
Worth of time.
But still, for him to make his in-ring return inside a TLC match
Yeah.
with, what, 7 other guys?
Yeah, with 2 partners against 5 opponents.
I mean, that's an insane way to make an in-ring comeback.
Yeah.
Especially in WWE. And it was super fun to see Kurt Angle back in the ring.
Yeah, and get crushed by Braun Strowman.
Well, I mean, he did other things too.
Yeah, he backdropped the shit out of Cesaro.
Yeah.
And angle slammed Sheamus down the ramp.
Yeah. And he angle slammed Cesaro through a table. And he German suplexed Kane. And he German suplexed Sheamus.
And he shield powerbombed.
Yeah. He even did the whole Roman Reigns thing.
Yeah.
And it was way cooler than Roman Reigns.
I hope Triple H did it too.
He did, actually. I watched the video.
Ah.
Yeah.
Roman
If you haven't seen Triple H as part of the Shield, check it out. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, he's in the Shield too, which is completely weird.
In Glasgow.
Because he was so anti-Shield, it was not even funny.
Well, he was a heel then. Now he's babyface.
Is he really, though?
Well, yeah. Because everybody loves Triple H.
Especially in Europe.
Yeah. But yeah, Kurt Angle, seeing his return was so much fun. And now, now we know that he's going to be in the ring again as part of the Survivor Series team. So
yeah. Getting new gear made. Check out his Twitter.
Yeah, he won't be wearing a flak jacket. He'll be wearing the good old-fashioned Kurt Angle singlet.
The U.
So, looking forward to that. That's number 2. Before I tell you about number 1, Kevin Hawk, you have yourself some honorable mentions.
I have a few.
A few?
Honorable mentions.
Holy shit. All right, let's talk about some.
Well.
Let's talk about all of them.
Okay.
Everybody in wrestling.
Ty Dillinger.
Hey.
Hasn't really been relevant.
No.
But he showed up in Stranger Things.
He did indeed.
As 10.
Yep. He also...
Which was a prequel to 11.
He was also in a pretty good triple threat match against Baron Corbin and AJ Styles.
That was alright. But yeah, no. Specifically because of Stranger Things. Ty Dillinger in drag is number 3 on my honorable mentions.
Alright. Yeah.
The 10 is the 3.
Yep.
Let's see. My next honorable mention goes to Sin Cara for doing the exact opposite of Ty Dillinger and becoming relevant for the first time in years.
Yeah.
This is the first time Sin Cara has been relevant since the Lucha Dragons were a thing.
Yep.
Which was the only time Sin Cara was relevant since there had to be 2 Sin Caras to make Sin Cara relevant.
New Sin Cara is better than old Sin Cara. But new Sin Cara has been gone for a while, so it's nice to see new Sin Cara on again.
Yeah, I guess another thing I heard is that new Sin Cara, they recently nixed him showing up on 205 Live. That right before they started his feud with Corbin, the idea was to actually put him on 205 Live.
I mean, why not? Put some more people over there.
Well, let's have him beat Baron Corbin first.
Okay.
And finally, number 1, something that you have alluded to multiple times in your list so far.
Yeah.
Number 1, the mumps. Or potentially viral meningitis, or, whatever it ended up being. Mumps is currently what they're saying now. Because it kept Roman Reigns off the pay-per-view, and it kept us from seeing Sister Abigail versus the Demon.
For now.
So, thanks, mumps.
It's probably the first and only time you'll ever see a disease make it as an honorable mention. But with that being said...
Let's go to number 1.
Go to number 1. I mean, there's a lot of things this guy has done since his return to WWE. And the month of October he was on very different sides of the spectrum here. Yeah. Where at the beginning of the month, he was crashing through a table and missing Kevin Owens. And at the end of the month, he was leading a siege on Monday Night Raw. I'm talking about Shane McMahon. What?
After that description, I definitely didn't think you were talking about Shane McMahon.
Nope. I was thinking about somebody else. No, Shane McMahon... What?
Xavier Woods.
Well, I don't mind talking about Xavier Woods, but I was talking about Shane McMahon.
It's Xavier Woods, baby!
Thank you, Xavier... Hart? Jimmy Woods?
Jimmy Woods.
Jimmy Woods.
Dick.
What?
Jimmy Woods.
I get it. Yeah, let's talk about Shane McMahon and not Jimmy Woods. Shane McMahon, I mean, him and Kevin Owens tore it up in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And the fact that he puts his body through all that shit is ridiculous.
Yeah, especially for being a non-actual wrestler.
And to do it twice in a year, or twice within like a year and a half ish, is ridiculous. But then not
to mention that somewhere in between, he knocked himself unconscious, landing that spear from Roman Reigns last November.
Yeah, no, he has been. I mean, he had a fantastic match against AJ at WrestleMania. He's, Shane puts himself through shit that most bosses probably wouldn't.
No,
and
not at all.
Then on the other side of things, I'm sure he wasn't part of the creative decision, but it's cool to see Shane McMahon in this, this powerful role. Now, I mean, he announced himself on the it was the first day of November. He announced himself as the captain. That was on Halloween.
Yes, it was on Halloween.
Okay. So he announced the captain of Survivor Series, and he's part of one of the coolest builds to Survivor Series we've seen in a long time.
Since the invasion.
Yeah, and he was part of that too. Shane McMahon knows how to invade places.
Yeah, he does. He's got 3 kids. He invades real good.
I don't think those were invasions. I think he was allowed to cross the lines there.
Yeah, no, I mean, for real, though, let's give it up for Shane, because he does some cool shit.
He's always entertaining, and
he's captaining a team that already, they're not even a whole team yet.
Yeah.
But it's already a fucking awesome team, because it's Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah. And either AJ Styles or Rusev.
So you're not picking up a weak link in the last match either.
So yeah, it's just Shane, and I love Shane's conviction in this whole storyline. Just it seems like he legitimately just wants to destroy Raw. He really wants good things for SmackDown.
Yeah.
And it's fun to watch, and I'm excited for Survivor Series. We already have a full card. We're a couple weeks away now.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. That is the top 5. Once again, we ask that you do post yours down below. You can't dispute mine. I mean, you can try, but the video's up. Unless you can get the video taken down. Good luck. But for now,
don't
guys...
Don't challenge them for that, man. Don't do it.
Try me. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click those links.
So many links.
You know what they are.
All the links to SoundCloud, podcast, link, wrestling fans, because with a W, like wrestling.
Yeah. Post down in the comments who you think should be on the top 5. Who's on your top 5?
Who's going to be on next month's top 5?
Yeah.
Predict.
Make Kevin's top 5 for him.
Yeah, before the month even happens.
Make sure that it's Titus O'Neil, Mojo Rawley, Anthony Bennett. Say who else?
Don't say Enzo.
And no, don't put Enzo on there. Fuck that guy. Anyway, we'll see you guys next month. We'll also see you next week for week 178. Bye.
Fuck all those people you just said.
Yeah.
Especially Anthony Bennett.
Oh, and a fatal 5-way. Put that on there too.
Double glasses, whatever the fuck.